Mhm. Hello, I am Bez Bonnie Beth, and I'm going to tell you about durian. Mm. So this is a durian that I just bought yesterday, and I'll show some videos of how it's prepared. But there's this one giant bit of flesh. Normally, you don't get a bit of flesh this big. When they sliced it open and they came out, I thought, that's a big bit of durian flesh. So from one durian fruit, which is a spiky fruit, you get maybe I got a little bit more than this. And ideally, it should be creamy. Ideally, it should have a texture to it. And this, it feels slightly unripe if I'm being honest. Let me put the big bit away. But I'm going to do a description as I eat this. The smell definitely fills the room. There's no denying that. And hello, Time Roller, lovely to see you. I'm just talking about durian. I'm not talking about board games today, except for that tiny bit. And just like board games, durian is not for everyone. I have a friend who told me that to them, durian smells like hot garbage. It's an overwhelming smell. Have you ever tried durian? Mm, mm. So, there was a hard shell around the middle, and then you a bit in, and then it's creamy, and it kind of tastes like pear and cheese. Like it's like a baked camembert where you kind of have that melted thing. Like it's got that kind of, it's like a custardy texture. Honestly, like jackfruits, it looks similar. It's nothing like this. I mean, when you look at the flesh, durian, I it's a slightly eggy taste. Kind of reminds me of creme brulee. There's actually lots of sweetness here. Mm, mm. They put these little napkins, I mean, I guess to keep them separate. And so you can see you've got the hard bit where take the flesh off, and if I. Mm. So there it gets a bit more creamy. You can see, oh, that's a nice texture. Mm. It's whereas here it's just hard. And the way they sell it by the fruit. It's kind of like, those. Hello, Na Junksu. Are you Jeremy? Lovely to see you. So loot boxes. I mean, you've got board game loot boxes. You've got like Funko Pop stuff, where you've got a box, and then you're not sure what's in it. Durian is like that. And I think to some extent, all fruit with a hard outer shell, I mean, mangosteen, you can really start learning what it's going to be like inside. But durian, there's not a lot of signs. You can knock it and listen to the thing, you can look at the shape of the fruit, but you're never sure what you're going to get. Which is why I got such a big bit that they had to upgrade the size of the box for my flesh. If you're wondering, this cost me 590 for all this, which is about £15 GBP. In Malaysia, it would be like double the price, but their durians were a little bit better, if I'm being honest. It should be creamy. It should be a really pungent smell that wherever you take it, it's going to overwhelm the room. Now this, it's more subtle. It's not ripe. It's still blooming good. Oh my gosh. Ideally, I'd want my durian to be more creamy all over. The edge has a bit more hardness. I'm trying to describe it. An unripe banana, like if you've ever had like a green banana, that's what the very edge tastes like. But then there's also a nutty flavour. Kind of like, I don't know, almonds or cashews. But it's like a really incredibly complex flavour. I don't think it's a super strong flavour. I do think it's overrated. Like, I don't know if it's worth the Malaysian prices. I kind of is. I would totally have durian like maybe 3 times this year. Like I'll have it at least once more. Mm. So as I'm biting in, what I want you to note is like just how easily that bit goes away. Mm. Whereas on the edge, it's all like the flesh comes in these segments with this lovely gooey mess. That's what you want, the gooey mess. That's where it's at. And then it smells like, oh my gosh, it is a strong smell. So yes, on Bangkok, in the MRT, they have signs saying no durian. I reckon I could smuggle a durian onto the MRT depending on the type, but I'm not going to because it's a jerk move. They don't. Durian smell lingers. And I had a host in Malaysia who was like, honestly, even if you're going to eat durian, I'd rather you did it after we leave the country because I was staying with them and they were concerned that, hey, even after you eat a durian, you get a durian burp sometimes. Mm. So within each segment, you've got the little nut and you eat around this. And again, if I'm being honest, it's good. I'm slightly disappointed by this durian. I might even just leave this half for another time when I need to come back to this. The best durian should be super creamy. It should be super overwhelming. It should be like a mixture of senses that overwhelm you and fill you. Like the smell should be something that permeates my entire room rather than something that just occasionally it's like, oh, I've got to kind of, for me, durian reminds me of, yeah, I already said creme brulee, like that slightly eggy smell. There's the sweetness. There's the, it reminds me of fields. It reminds me of like fresh cut grass. It's good stuff. But yeah, I'm going to stop there. I'm not eating the whole thing. And I'm probably going to leave this for a while later. Now, I'm just going to do a bit of exercise and see how it all works over the next few days. I was tempted to take the seed out, but I think I'll leave it in. Anyway, that's all from me. Basically, all I'm saying is durians are bloomin' awesome, in my opinion. Some people hate them. Also, some of the durians, like this one you eat, and might be a bit ho-hum, like all fruits. It's not like every durian is going to be a religious, overwhelming experience. But sometimes when you find the right durian. I mean, lots of love. Bye bye, bye bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye bye, bye bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye bye, bye bye. This is the end of the show. Bye bye, bye bye. And now I'm going to go. Bye bye. And if you have any questions about durian, feel free to ask. Bye bye.